Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It is Friday, October 22nd. It's been not quite a week since we did our combine with Hive 1 and 6. So we're gonna go check on them and look at the newspaper combine, see how it worked out. So a little bit of background, we took Hive 6 and put it on top of Hive 1, did a newspaper combine, took the queen out of Hive 6. So Hive 6 queen was failing. So she is a part of the Swarm Lure Collective now, and she's off doing her thing. And Hive 1 queen is going to take over that entire hive. But there's too much space in that hive even for those two colonies combined. So we're going to reduce them down to a single deep and cull out the worst frames and leave the most resources in there that we can for them and get them set up. So let's get in there and check them out and see how they're doing and get it reduced down and get it ready for winter. Okay, here's our Hive 1 and got our newspaper there. The entrance, everything looks cool there. So looks like they got them a little piece of propolis they built, blocking their entrance even more. So yeah, they don't want a very big entrance for some reason. All right, let's open them up and let's get them condensed down. Everything looks good here on the top. I don't see a huge concentration of bees, which I wouldn't expect to see because this top hive wasn't the strongest to begin with. And just like before over there, bees are mainly right here. No need to look for a queen because there's no queen in here unless she came up through the newspaper and is part of this top hive now, which I doubt. She probably stayed there on the bottom. So we're going to take this frame feeder out. There's one on the bottom as well. I'm hoping we have enough resource frames between the top and the bottom to make us a nice full hive. Clean up a little bit of this little burr comb here. So we got a little bit of honey there. We'll keep that. So we're going to keep as many of the frames as we can that have nectar or honey in them. So this one has nectar in both sides. When I say nectar, it's sugar syrup from the frame feeders. This one's fairly heavy. Yeah, you can see it's got a lot of shiny nectar. And looking down in there, I can see the newspaper has been chewed through. It doesn't take them long. See, there's a hole cut, chewed right through there. So they're combined successfully as far as that's concerned. Get this frame back in here because of the robbing situation. See these bees flying around here? We're already attracting. So this is heavy, it's full of nectar. And same. So now we're just getting into our main brood chamber from our old queen and a little bit of brood that she did have that are drones. So looks like just about every frame has resources on it. So hopefully the one below has a lot of space because there's honey there. So we could use every one of these frames. So let's get it moved over here and then we'll go through the bottom, see what we're going to keep and cull. So I'm going to put this lid over here on top of this box to kind of keep the robbing down. So there's a good shot of newspaper where they chewed through. All right, hopefully we can cull quite a bit out of this bottom. Otherwise, we're going to be looking for a place to put some of those frames. There's a hive beetle. Oh man, look at them all. Underneath that newspaper is a good place for hive beetles to hang out. Whoa! Got quite a few of them. Okay, so on this one as well, we'll take the frame feeder out, which is empty. And we've got nectar. This frame feels pretty lightweight. There's a lot of nectar on this side, a lot of bees on that side. And here's more bees. Got to see our queen here pretty quick. So there's where our queen's laying. There's our queen. Yeah, she's a nice sized queen. Looks good. And this is all nectar resources and a little bit capped there. We're not going to have a frame to cull, so we're going to have to pick the heaviest ones and kick the lightest ones out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3. So we'll get the bees over here for sure. This has quite a bit of nectar on it. I'm going to put our 2 frames of bees here. Okay, even with combining these 2 hives, it still doesn't have a real heavy population. As far as stores go, the weight of this is pretty good. I think they're good. We're going to go with this and try and overwinter them just like that. If Hive 27 doesn't get requeened, we'll consider combining that with a double screen board, so it'll still remain 2 colonies. They'll just be stacked on top of each other and share their warmth. So that's the plan with that. We've got another single deep over here, Hive 5, and I want to check Hive 5 and see if there's if it could use a few frames in it with this other nectar I've got back here, and if so, we'll put that over there. So let's go do a quick inspection on Hive 5. Okay, Hive 6 right here is the one that we combined over there. I need to pick up all my excluders and get them stored for the winter. I've seen a lot more bees in this hive than the last one. And they built them a little propolis reducer of their own as well, looks like. Let's see if we've got some space in here. We've got room for 2 frames anyway because there's only 8 in here. There's still nectar in this, so I'm thinking that's rancid. There's syrup, not nectar. Yeah, there's some floating bees in here, and this is pretty old and I see ants in it, so I'm just going to dump this and get rid of it. It smells fermented, so yeah, we got drunk bees here. So there's an empty frame. Empty. I think this one's good. Yeah, we got stores here. While we're in here, let's see how the queen's doing. Good concentration of bees right in here, so that's what we want to see. This is a good pollen frame here. Lots of pollen down in this area. And next frame's our brood frame, and I see a white dot on it, so we got our queen on here. White dot is for 2021 queen. There she is right there. So this is a good brood frame here that she's been laying on. So that's some of our winter bees. This frame's nice and heavy. We got brood on this side, capped honey in the corners, and this whole side is capped. See if we can cull any of these two here. We got nectar and capped there. This side is fairly empty. Looks like this one's empty. Yeah, we can cull that one. I don't know how many frames we've got over there. Let's looks like we've got 4 or 5. Let's center this up. So these 5 frames have got some weight to them, so that's going to give a big boost to this hive right here. They can definitely use this. So this was empty on this side, but it's full over here. So I'll put the full side to the end towards the bees. So we've got 5 frames and 5 frames, so that's going to give them 10. That's great. So each one of these has lots of resources in it, or it has some. I'm going to put the most full ones closer to the middle. And this one doesn't have much. I'll just put it right out here. So I'd been feeding this hive trying to get it boosted up, just like those other lightweight ones, and it wasn't making it. And I kept having problems with the not taking the syrup for some reason, and I think that one was fermented. So that may put them right where they need to be now. Let's give it a quick weight check. Yeah, it's I'd say it's where it needs to be. I feel like I'm lifting about 20 pounds, 25 pounds. So that means this hive is about 40 to 50 pounds total for a single. I mean, it's not chock full of honey, but for the population they have, I think they're about right. You know, the critical time will be early spring, late winter, depending on the weather. If we have a really severe winter, they might go through all that, and we'll have to come out and do an emergency feeding with some granulated sugar here on the top. Okay, so our number 1 looks good, our number 5 looks good. Overwintering in singles, that's something that can be done in central Oklahoma. It's not unheard of. A lot of people, that's how they manage their hives. Check out Sweet Stingers. He lives north of me in Edmond, and he has a YouTube channel. Very knowledgeable beekeeper. You should check him out and subscribe to his channel. Also on Instagram, he does a daily lesson that you can just read, and once a week he does what's called Bloomin' Thursday, and he teaches you about what's blooming in the area, and he teaches you about the plants that are blooming, what the bees do with it, if it's pollen, if it's nectar, how they grow, the type of, is it a shade plant, is it a tree, shrub, things like that. And he really goes into good detail. So he is a degreed horticulturist also, so you need to check Justin out at Sweet Stingers on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, our hives are set. I think we've got one more single over there we need to check on, and we need to go around and just grab all of our hives and do a weight check and see if they're where they need to be. And if not, we can do a top feeder on that individual hive. And I have done some open feeding this year, and I don't normally open feed, but I have this year a little bit. And That's because a lot of the hives were a little bit light. So I put some 2-to-1 out, and I also put a lot of Pro Health in it to get those essential oils into these hives, so they're not just having sugar water. There's some good minerals and essential oils in there that's good for their digestion. So that's it. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.